Tonight, only on Channel 10. Find out the new developments on Trump's wall project.
Plus a look into Heidelberg's upcoming theater performance.
And a look into Heidelberg's own dance team.
Let's find out what upcoming changes are coming to Heidelberg's tennis team.
And a look into Heidelberg's Berg Bistro 1850.
Good evening, I'm Tori.
And I'm Jessica. This is WHEI News Center 10, and happy February 14th. WHEI brings you today's late-breaking stories by the students inside the Media Communications Center at Heidelberg University.
Don't touch that remote, dial, smartphone, or whatever you are watching us on.
WHEI News Center 10 Live at 5 starts now.
Welcome back to News Center 10, live at 5 for Thursday, February 14th, 2018.
Let's get to our first story of the night.
Thousands of young people in London are abandoning their classrooms Friday and taking to the streets to join a growing movement to protest the lack of action on climate change, inspired by a 16-year-old Swedish climate activist, Greta Thunberg. Thunberg cut class on a weekly basis last year to stage sit-ins outside Sweden's parliament. Young climate campaigners are planning to walk out of British schools, colleges, and universities across 40 towns and cities on Friday. This movement has formed after the publication of a report from the United Nations Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, warning that humanity has just 12 years to avert the consequences of catastrophic climate change.
President Trump will be making a decision soon about border security. After a record-breaking long government shutdown, Trump still doesn't have enough money for the production of his wall. Trying to prevent another shutdown, Congress is willing to give President Trump $1.2 billion to help fund the border project in exchange for a decrease in the number of ICE detention beds. We talked with Heidelberg University's political science professor Michael O'Reilly about the thoughts on Trump potentially getting the funding from Congress.
To me and to many analysts, certainly liberal analysts, this is all a political calculation on the part of President Trump. He wants his supporters, his base voters, to stay with him, and so he has promised them a wall, and so he needs to deliver them a wall.
Since December of last year, the president's approval rating has dropped below 40%. If you're interested in seeing how everything turns out, stay up to date with your local news channel.
The local mayor in Bayonne, France, has agreed to shelter Africans crossing the Spanish border into France. The Paris government is heavily against the idea, but for the mayor, it is a matter of necessity and humanitarian obligation. Since Italy has mostly closed its borders to migrants and France has tried to follow, Spain has become the prime gateway into Europe from migrants from Africa, with more than 57,000 arriving last year. The mayor wants to offer shelter long enough for the migrants to pass through safely. That wraps up our local news segment for the day.
But don't go anywhere. Find out what exciting things are happening on campus, plus a look into the wonderful world of sports, all that and more coming up after the break.
Whose idea was this? Did you think this was a good idea? Who got the paint out? Brother did?
What is funny?
I don't think this is funny at all. Who's gonna clean it up?
Military life is rewarding, but it isn't always easy.
Managing the stress can affect even the strongest warrior.
But I will stay mission ready.
I will
keep my mind and body fit.
Talk to my chaplain.
seek care early.
Strive for progress, not perfection.
I got this.
I got this.
Take the first step. There's no better time than now.
Reaching out is a sign of strength. Visit realwarriors.net or call 866-966-1020.
Welcome back to News Center 10, live at 5.
Let's check into the latest news with our Heidelberg campus news segment. The Heidelberg Dance has impressed many younger students in the area. The group performs on campus for many teens at their halftime shows. Recently, at the men's basketball games, different groups of young girls are giving their own performances. We spoke with Rebecca Brewer about the advice she has for these young women. She says, go for it. Dance whatever style you want to dance, regardless of what anyone tells you, because the experience you have, the better you're going to be. The Heidelberg dance team is currently looking for more students to join the group. If interested, contact the group through their Facebook account, Heidelberg Dance Team.
At the table located outside of Horniman Dining Hall, Heidelberg students have been selling Valentine's Day flowers. Recently, the flower sales have been extremely successful, but the students working the function are looking to make more sales.
Our carnation sales have been very successful outside of Horniman.
Go buy something for a special someone. It's a good cause, and is there really a price on making your loved one smile? The theater department just finished an amazing performance of The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Night Time in Gunlock Theater. All of the actors and the whole crew worked very hard to put on an amazing show for everyone to enjoy. Everyone is now looking forward to April, as they will be putting on one of the biggest shows in Heidelberg Theater Department history. Mamma Mia will consist of one of the largest casts ever seen here at Heidelberg and has around 70 people working and preparing together. Mamma Mia is one of the most popular musicals in recent history, so everyone is very excited for this show.
It's almost new member education time for all Greek groups at Heidelberg University. New member education weeks are a fun time for Heidelberg's Greek groups. New members get to learn leadership skills, make new friends, create bonds, learn about their group, and learn to appreciate their school. Phi sorority member Haley Hudler adds,
why the Greek groups on campus are who they are and why they do what they do.
Once again, New Member Education Week is for all Greek groups on campus, so upperclassmen get ready to teach the new members all that you can.
I hope Enemy goes very well for those who are joining and for all those sororities out there as well.
Yeah, same here. That's all we have for Berg's campus news today. When we return, we'll take a look at Heidelberg's social media spotlight.
News Center 10, live at 5. We'll be right back.
Hey Spencer, can you whistle?
No, it's impossible to whistle. I cannot whistle. It's impossible to whistle.
Can I see you try?
Yeah.
My dad was in the Air Force for 26 years. When I was applying for scholarships, we came across Thanks USA, which helps military children earn scholarships towards whatever university they want.
Education gives you the chance to find the nexus between your unique passions and gifts and the needs of the world around you.
You realize that ripple effect, that you give them an education and they're going to take it and run.
lightning never strikes the same spot twice. Fact, it strikes the Empire State Building about 25 times a year. Myth, bats are blind. Fact, they see as well as you and I. Myth, sending goods is the best aid to disaster victims. Fact, cash is best. After shipping, a case of water costs about $196. That can buy 10 gallons of water. Cash sent is help received. You have a big heart. Use it for smart compassion.
You're watching WHEI TV 10, student programming from the Media Communication Center at Heidelberg University.
Welcome back to WHEI.
It's time to throw it over to Mallory to take a look at what's trending today in social media.
The Berg Bistro has made some big changes recently. Following popular demand, the classic restaurant is now open later and has new items late at night. But even more changes are scheduled for the future.
Late March or whenever the coffee house is open, our hours are going to change. We're going to open at 11 a.m. instead of 7 a.m. So if you need any coffee, you can get it at the coffee house because they will be open, and then we will open at 11 o'clock for lunch.
Head over to the Big Berg Bistro 1850 and keep an eye out for when the new coffee shop opens. That's all we have for your social media. Now let's send it back to Tori and Jessica at the news desk.
Thanks, Mallory.
I'm really excited about the new thing that's being made in campus. I'm excited to see how that'll become.
I know, and I'm excited for everything new that's happening on campus.
Now it's time to throw it over to Kevon to take a look at today's sports stories.
This tennis season is bringing in a whole new era for Heidelberg University. The tennis team might have had a rocky start, and they just need to get back on the courts and play. Heidelberg University junior Mallory Paul is very excited for new coaches this season.
Once we get started and get out on the courts, I believe that we're going to have a really successful season.
Mallory's favorite part about tennis is just being able to compete and do what she loves. Anyone that would like to come support Mallory and the tennis team can come to Wittenberg March 17th at 1 p.m. As the end of basketball season approaches, softball season is getting underway. The team has been practicing very hard and is anxiously waiting for their first game. The season off with a tournament in Plant City, Florida on March 3rd, where they will face some high-quality teams that will help prepare them for their upcoming season. Junior Leah Boland speaks to us about what they will do to have a successful season.
Some of the things that we need to have a successful season is our defense needs to do the little things. So making every play, playing through every play. Our offense needs to attack, have an attack mindset, and then just having fun. This is a good group of girls, so we're going to have a lot of fun this year, and those are the things that we need to be successful.
The softball team will appreciate all the support from the Heidelberg community. Heidelberg has a very active campus, and with more than 15 varsity sports, 60% of the student body is an athlete. One of the newest sports to be added to this roster is lacrosse. The team started only 3 years ago as a club, and in 2017 it became a university-recognized team. So what does it take to play on the team? Men's lacrosse player Christian Holonis reveals how the team practices and prepares for the game.
So we'll practice about 6 times a week, and we're out on the turf. We usually start with some conditioning, then stick handling drills, then competition, and just overall concepts. We'll lift 2 times a week.
A lot of training and practice to be successful, but in the end, it pays off. The next home game is on the 16th against Westminster, so come out and support your university team. The baseball team has just started practicing for the upcoming season. The team is excited for this year's games and have been hard working and practicing and preparing.
The season starts next week in Xenia, Ohio.
The team was one of the best in the conference last year, and hopefully they can make it all the way this year. This last week, Heidelberg University's basketball team played against Ohio Northern University in Cyberlink Gym, eventually falling to the Polar Bears 82-73. This is the third loss in the last 3 games for the Student Princes. At the half, the Berg was down 24-47, coming very close to taking the lead in the second half. Heidelberg played hard to the last seconds of the game. The next game will be on Saturday, February 16th. That's all we have for your Heidelberg Sports Report, and now let's send it back to Tori and Jess.
Thanks, Kevon. I wish all luck to the sports that are coming up, especially with tennis, and that's one of my favorite sports.
And I'm sure you guys will all do great. Okay, when we return, find out what a scientist found in a sample of seal poop.
Hey Spencer, can you whistle?
No, it's impossible to whistle. I cannot whistle. It's impossible to whistle.
Can I see you try?
Yeah.
My dad was in the Air Force for 26 years. When I was applying for scholarships, we came across Thanks USA, which helps military children earn scholarships towards whatever university they want.
Education gives you the chance to find the nexus between your unique passions and gifts and the needs of the world around you.
You realize that ripple effect, that you give them an education and they're gonna take it and run.
Myth. Lightning never strikes the same spot twice. Fact. It strikes the Empire State Building about 25 times a year. Myth. Bats are blind. Fact. They see as well as you and I. Myth. Sending goods is the best aid to disaster victims. Fact. Cash is best. After shipping, a case of water costs about $196. That can buy 10 gallons of water. Cash sent is help received. You have a big heart. Use it for smart compassion.
You're watching WHEI TV 10, student programming from the Media Communication Center at Heidelberg University.
Welcome back to WHEI News Center 10, live at 5.
Let's get to our last story of the night.
The owner of a USB stick is being tracked down by New Zealand officials after it was found frozen in seal poo. The only clue to help locate the owner is a bunch of holiday pictures and videos filmed from a blue canoe or kayak in the waters around South Island. There are even some videos of a mother seal playing with her young.
Scientists at the National Institute of Water and Atmospheric Research made the find after thawing a scat sample that's more than a year old. They're currently trying to find the owners of the memories by sending out a Twitter post and hoping to go viral.
The scientists' only condition in exchange for the memories is a request for more seal scat to examine. Thank you for watching WHEI News Center 10 live at 5. Our program tonight was produced and presented by the Department of Communication and Media from inside the Media Communication Center at Heidelberg University.
Thank you for tuning in to today's broadcast. Be sure to tune in next week for another.
I'm Tori.
And I'm Jessica.
And for Kevon and Mallory and all of the WHEI production crew, we thank you for watching.